Hi everyone, welcome back. So let's just move towards a very important concept of, I'll tell you here, public static void main, string, brackets and arguments. Okay. So what does this line exactly mean? See, if I tell you practically, if I move towards the Visual Studio Code and if I just want to run my program, suppose I do have a program with the hello world class name. I have my main method. I want to just display here hello world, right? So I'll just run it and I'll just simply get the answer here hello world. If you would see here in the terminal, I just got the answer here which is hello world. Okay. Let's just see something missing out here. I'll just save it and I'll simply run it again. Okay, so I just got the answer here which is hello world. I just want to tell you that why are we writing this line? What does this line means, right? So if I'll just remove all this public and I'll just save it again and I just wanna run this program again, you would notice here we just got an error which is main method found in class hello world. Please define the main method public static void main. See, it's saying us that you haven't defined out the main method properly. To define it properly, then only you would be able to get your required answer, right? So what does this public stand for and what does this static means, right? What is this void, what is this man, right? So public is actually nothing but it's access modifier, okay? So access modifier concept is again another topic. So I'll explain you all the kinds of modifiers in some next topic, okay, in next video. So for now, just understand what is public. Public is an access modifier. That means you are going to use out this further details anywhere in the program. You have, okay, let's just move towards the content what I have created for you. So what does this public static void main string stand for? So it's an access modifier. I have told you it's a public modifier which help you to access the program further, okay. This is a method can be accessed from anywhere, even outside the class, okay. So we do have 2 to 3 kinds of modifiers. One is public, which we are using currently, okay. It is used out to access the program even outside of the class, okay. So it's required so that Java JVM can find and run this method. So we are using our public modifier here so that our JVM can find the method and it can give you the desired answer. Okay, that's our public is used. Now what is again what does this concept of static means here, right? So of course you are very much aware about the classes and objects concept, right? So it's a method belongs to the class, not to an object of a class. Okay, I'm repeating it again. It's a method of the class, okay. It's not an object, it's not belonging to the object of the class. So you don't need to create any of the objects, okay, to run the main method. So JVM calls it without creating an object. So it must be static. So what happens now whenever you are going to run your program, whenever the control switches towards the main method, you don't need to create any object, okay, because the static is a keyword actually, okay. Of course this is a keyword, right, and also this is a kind of method as well which is belonging to the class. So here you don't need to create any of the object, you can run out the things from here, okay. So you don't need to create the object to run the man method by using of static method, okay. So void is nothing but it's a kind of return type where you are not requiring to get any of the return value, okay. So what does this main stand for? So guys, if you have learned out C or C++, you might be aware about the main method concept, right? So main is a kind of method where the program execution is getting start, right? So this is a very important part of the method. Of course, everything is very important, even the syntax is very important, right? So your small full stop or semicolon can cause an error, right? So everything in the program is very important, but if you won't write main method, the compiler, the interpreter didn't get, will not understand from where the program is actually getting to start, right? So the main method is a method which is very important for the execution of the program. JVM actually looks for the main method only, okay. So whenever the program get executes, JVM moves towards the main method first of all, okay. signature when the program starts. That's what the line is explaining here. JVM look for exact method signature when the program starts, right? So it's the starting point of any Java application. Okay. So this is a very, I mean, the four keywords are really very important. I hope you understood. Let's move towards the next part, which is string, brackets, square brackets, and args. That means this is nothing but it's the name of array. String, you guys are very much aware about. It's the set of characters, right? So let's just break into some small parts. Like what does this array of strings means here, right? So array of strings. Okay, this is understandable. String means group of characters, right? If you're like keeping out characters in the array form, so that would be array of strings, right? So each element in array is a text string. It can hold command line arguments if the program is run with any. Okay, so command line argument is nothing but it helps you, or I would say it allows the user to pass the data. Okay, so it can hold command line arguments, and this is nothing but it's the name of the array and what kind of array, a string kind of, right? So this is the name of the parameter or the array. You can name it anything, but args is the standard name. It holds the actual values passed in when you run the program. Okay, so no issues if you're going to change out your args to a r also, and if I'm going to just save it, I'll just get the same output. No issues at all. See, I just got the output again. So this is just the name of an string kind of array which is taking the command line argument. Void is the return type. This is the main method where the JVM actually starts the execution. This is a static member, okay, and this is an access modifier. So I hope you guys understood the concept. Thank you so much.